Welcome to Winnie Wednesday. So glad you joined us today. It is gorgeous outside, and I'll tell you, Winnie hates heat, so she is absolutely loving this cool weather. I can't get her to come into the house anymore. So today I want to tell you that Winnie, somebody asked me this week if Winnie would be a good guard dog. The answer is absolutely not. She's scared of everything, it seems like, except for treats, of course. She got scared because she opened the door and it hit the door stopper, and she's scared, ran in the other direction. She scares herself with her own toots sometimes, but then she kind of jumps up and runs out of the room. That might be on purpose. She's scared of all sorts of things. Jumping out of the... Look at this big girl. She's beautiful. And look how big she is. She's like 43 pounds. She still will not jump on and off the bed or in and out of the car by herself. She sits there and whines, so somebody helps her. She's scared of bugs. I saw her playing with a stink bug the other day, and as soon as it moved, she freaked out and ran away. And ever since that wasp sting, she still will not go to the bathroom without me standing right next to her, praising her for pottying. But she loves her treats. And then there's the cat. Oh my gosh. The one good thing about a cat is they eat mice, right? Now my cat, he's scared of them. We're scared of all sorts of things. If you think about the top list of things that we are scared of course, public speaking is actually the top thing that most people are scared of. Spiders, yeah. Mike's terrified of them. I could show you a funny video, but he probably wouldn't appreciate it. I don't like snakes. I have all sorts of fears. And then I look to the fact that fear sometimes is a good thing. You know, it's a good thing that Winnie's fearful of being left outside alone by herself all the time because she doesn't feel safe. It's a good thing to be fearful of COVID and getting sick and having your vaccines because it keeps us safe. So some things are okay to be fearful of, but we also have to be reminded that God reminds us over and over again, do not be afraid. And I always tell the kids on Sundays, and especially on Christmas Eve, the very first thing the angels say, every time the angels show up in Scripture, the first thing they say is what? Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. And how many times have we made decisions based on fear? And then there's Isaiah. You'll learn. He's one of my favorite. He is my favorite prophet in the Old Testament. Isaiah says, I have chosen you. I will not throw you away. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will hold you victorious with my right hand. Do not be afraid. I make a lot of decisions based on fear. I'll be honest with you. And often when my decision is based off of fear, it is also based out of lack of trust in God and in the community in which I live. When I think I can do it all by myself. The one thing that helps Winnie when she's scared is to just let her know that she's not alone. So in order to get out of the car, what do? We lift her by her harness. And look, she does it by herself, but she knows I've got her if she falls. She also is fearful of other dogs, but she has her best friend, Lily. And that's companionship that reduces the fear that she has in her life. And excitement. That's the one big thing. Excitement. Who's here, Lily? What do you want to do, Winnie? Drives out fear when we're excited about possibility and opportunities and things before us. She has never jumped out of the car by herself, except for when we pulled into my parents' driveway. She saw Lily in the distance and boom, she ran out. Excitement tends to alleviate our fears when we trust that there is something that will catch us. How excited are you about God? How fearful are you that people might judge or say things about you, or you may look too Christian or not Christian enough? It's a fearful thing. Are you afraid to invite people to church? Are you afraid to speak of your faith in public? Ask yourself why. Because if you're excited and you trust the community around you, nothing should hold you back. You can leap from maybe not the highest buildings, But you can definitely leap from my car, Winnie, when she feels like she has trust and companionship and something to get excited for. My friends, I tell people all the time, how do you just share your faith? It's very simple. In the grocery line, talk to the person behind you. Mention something. Are you a person of faith? If they say no, they seem standoffish. Okay. If they happen to say, yeah, I go to this great church. Wow, look, there's an opening to share the good news, and you have no reason to be afraid. If you're excited about what God is doing in your life, because I am excited about what God does in mine, and especially in Winnie's, and you can't help but tell. In fact, the psalmist says that even if they were silenced, the stones would shout out in glory of our risen Lord. And for that, I give thanks, because sometimes I'm a little too quiet, not often. But God will always reign. Let his excitement fill you so that without fear, you might tell the good news, share it with friends, invite others into your community of trust and excitement and love. My friends, go in peace, knowing that God's got you, just like I've got Winnie. And if you're free on Sunday at 5 o'clock right here at the church, the Lutherans and the Presbyterians are going to be blessing animals, singing songs, and asking God to protect them from the ways of the world and let them be the good creatures that God created them to be. So join us 5 o'clock on Sunday at the church here at 115 Luray Avenue. We'd love to see you and all your four-legged friends. Peace and blessings. Thank you for my kisses.